Do I need to call a grown-ass man and say, hey, are you doing your job?
Yeah, that's precisely what you needed to do. Listen, I want to believe Brian Harpole, head of Charlie Kirk's security team here. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But you have to take some accountability because there are things you could have and should have done better. Starting with your communication with the UVU chief of police, as we're going to see here.
On Monday before, this correspondence went to Chief Long. Hello, Chief Long. We received this message today from the student group. There is a student roof access pretty close to where CK will be set up at the Utah Valley. The Sorensen Center has a couple of staircases that go up to walkways on the roofs. He comes back and he says, you want access to the roof. And came back and said, I was told students have access above us. If this is true, it would be nice to either have it controlled access or allow one of my guys to be there as well if possible. He comes back and his last correspondence was, I got you covered. What else am I to do?
Follow up for more details maybe? Or hours before the event, communicate with the UVU police and find out which officers would be guarding which posts, including the roof. As you know from my channel and many others, there has been so much suspicion among Charlie Kirk's security crew during this event. Even speculation that some of them may have actually been in on the plot to assassinate Charlie Kirk. But are you telling us that no, this security crew wasn't actually in on it? We were just too incompetent to make sure that the roof was covered.
Do I need to call a grown-ass man and say, hey, are you doing your job?
Are you seriously conveying to us that Charlie Kirk may actually still be alive today had you simply communicated with the UVU chief of police to secure the roof hours before the event started? Because that is what it sounds like to me. So I don't know what's worse, being in on it or being the Barney Fife of security.
Do I need to call a grown-ass man and say, hey, are you doing your job?
And yes, the UVU chief of police should have handled that. But it's your job as head of security to follow up and get the details, instead of assuming the chief of police followed through like he should have.
Could you walk me through the security setup for the event?
Sure.
Who's placed where, what you guys were seeing?
Yeah, so we come in and we look at setup in the mornings. And like I said earlier, the guys are all part of it. So there's intimate knowledge. Every guy has intimate knowledge of the setup.
You mean every guy has knowledge of the setup except for the roof, which was the only location of the venue that a long-range sniper could set up and target Charlie. Other than that, immaculate coverage.
Our people's assignment was carried out meticulously.
Not too meticulous.
And the rooftops were supposed to be covered from the police drones.
PD said, I got you covered.
I've got you covered. Mm-hmm. And so that zone was dropped.
Yes.
Maybe it would have been a good idea to confirm that the police had the drones up.
Yes, and had he touched base with the police, he likely would have completely foiled the plans of the sniper.
I remember I heard the gunfire, and then I don't know if you've heard this, but I heard that bullet slap him. And so I jumped down on top of Charlie to cover him because where we're at, it's concealment at best. It's a tabling with cloth on it, so it's not hard cover. Our guys are starting piling back in, and they're down, putting a human shield around him, but it's still just concealment. It's not cover. And so I initially dove down on top of him.
Okay, so here is Brian aiding Charlie. Does he look like he's on top of him? Does he look like he's shielding him? No, he's just kneeling down beside him and doing something we can't see.
And just was on him almost face to face. And then when I was doing that, I went down, I could see the wound. And so I immediately shoved my hand into the wound to stop the bleeding, just trying to find the pressure. And it was coming out still. And I'm on top of him, like close. And it was still coming out enough that I guess it squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips. And so I was like, man, this is a bad wound.
Okay, so I don't know if this guy is flat out lying or maybe exaggerating or possibly misremembering, but I'm about to poke some holes in his story here. Many have said there wasn't more blood visible on the footage because when the bullet hit Charlie's body, it killed him instantly and the heart stopped pumping blood. So that's why there wasn't more blood gushing out. But you just heard Brian here saying that there was so much blood coming out that it went through his fingers and got on his lips.
And it was still coming out enough that I guess it squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips.
So there was more blood pouring out, according to Brian, but where is it? Why is the pavement spotless when they carried Charlie to the SUV? This doesn't make sense, and this is another reason so many people are questioning everything.
But then I remember pulling back away and thinking, damn, this is bad. Like it's coming out. So I'm down on him, and I don't know if when it sprayed me in the face, it caused me to flinch back or what.
Okay, so he's saying the blood sprayed him in the face as he was aiding Charlie, but here's a clear photo I found online of them carrying Charlie to the SUV, and just like the pavement, his face looks spotless.
When it sprayed me in the face, it caused me to flinch back. When it sprayed me in the face, it caused me to flinch back. When it sprayed me in the face, when it sprayed me in the face, when it sprayed me in the face, and it was still coming out enough that I guess it squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips. It squirted through my fingers and I could taste it on my lips. It squirted through my fingers. It squirted through my fingers. It squirted through my fingers.
Okay, so where is it on your hands?
And so I've got to stop that bleeding. That's my primary thing. Mm-hmm. And so my concern is bleed control.
All right, and now he's about to talk about what happened once they got Charlie into the SUV and drove to the hospital.
And so I'm just, Rick's got me, Justin's driving, world's coming by. I'm working, I end up putting about 36 feet of dressing in him. And then four 4x4s, and then 2 hemostatic 4x4s. Sheesh. And then just pressuring the whole time. So you're adding just pressure as much as you can get. Pressure, adding pressure.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the blood stopped gushing out because his heart stopped, like a lot of people claim is the reason we don't see more blood on the footage. According to Brian here, he stuffed 36 feet of gauze in Charlie's wound to attempt to stop the bleeding. The only problem is, if that were true, why can't we see all that blood on the videos or photos? Something is just not adding up here.
And so we get to the hospital. Actually, we make it to the hospital through the traffic. We've got full wound pack in. We get out and we carry in to the door. Once we make it into the door, we see a gurney on the left-hand side. We put him on a gurney, and then I wheel him into a room. I start giving the patient information to the staff there. I end up getting on top of him and cutting the shirt that he had on off, that white Freedom shirt. And so I got out of their way and walked out of the room and stood outside the room and held guard on the outside door of the room so nobody else could come in there.
Covered in Charlie's blood.
I had it all over my face. And, Rick and I had it all over our arms, and our from about here down was just covered.
All right, let's check out another photo of how much blood you and Rick had covering you. So this is Brian and Rick carrying Charlie to the SUV. This is Rick's body. Tell me where the blood is. And this is Brian's body. Where exactly is the blood? Now, I understand this was before you arrived at the hospital, but why would you have no blood aiding Charlie on site and helping carry him to the SUV, but then on your way to the hospital after you stuffed his wound are then totally drenched in his blood?
Yeah, and it was, I feel bad for the hospital staff because we showed up looking like that, and they didn't know we were coming.
Yeah, that's the real tragedy here. Showing up to the hospital without a reservation. Sorry, I don't mean to troll this guy on such serious subject matter. I'm just having a hard time buying his story. Mostly because the claims of excessive blood do not match the footage, and I just find it hard to believe he didn't touch base with the UVU chief of police on the day of the event to secure the roof. Some people really believe this entire incident was just a staged production and that Charlie is actually still alive. I find that very hard to believe, but with all of these contradictions that continue to surface, I think anything could be possible at this point. Let us know in the comments what you think. Thanks for watching. God bless.